Ahead of the Cambridge game, give us an idea then, real surprising news this week. So what's the mood in camp been like?
Yeah, I mean, obviously finding out the news was a bit of a shock and a little bit sad really to start with because the gaffer is the leader of the club. He's the leader of us boys, and he's the spearhead of us. So it was tough losing him. We knew obviously he was a little bit ill, but we didn't know too much more about it, and missing him for a couple of games wasn't ideal. But the moods changed really to one of sort of galvanisation, I suppose you could say. It's really, I suppose, football's taken a little bit of a back seat for a couple of days just to get our heads around it, and you can't put a price on your health, and we're just glad that the gaffer's getting himself sorted, and now it's our job to try and make his recovery as quick as possible by giving him as least stress and worry. So the only way of doing that is winning, and it gives us that little bit of extra motivation to go out and to get some points and to get the club safe, because he's worked so hard, the manager has, to bring us all together and get us going in the right direction. And I feel that it'd only be just that we go and finish the job off for him.
Russell Nelson was just saying about how people like yourselves probably going to be stepping up a little bit more, taking a bit more of a senior role. Can you see yourself moving into that?
Yeah, definitely. It's my job now basically is to sort of be that bridge between Russ and the players. I always was anyways, I think, between the gaffer and Russ and the players. I kind of, I don't keep one foot in both camps. I'm still a player, but, I do go and relay messages and information from the manager to the players and vice versa. And I feel now that obviously with the gaffer taken ill and being away, that it's my role to sort of help Russ in any way that he sees fit for me to help him. I'll obviously be giving him my full support, and all the players are the same. He's been brilliant this week, Russ. So it's only right that we trust him and give him our full support, which we will do. And me being a senior player, I'm more than happy to take on that role and of being the sort of the bridge between the players and the staff, and helping Russ in any way I can, and hopefully we can start on a good note on Saturday.
What was it like on Tuesday? You're on the bench, and so were you itching to get on and itching almost to want to be some of that go-between as well, when Russell was saying that some things it was a bit of an inept performance at times?
Yeah, it was difficult Tuesday, obviously with the performance, and obviously as a player you want to get out and help the boys as much as you can and be part of it, and you want to win, so you want to be out there helping them. But I've also got to realise my role is to try and, if I can't be out on the pitch and play, then I've got to be as supportive and as informative as I can from the bench. And I feel maybe I didn't do myself any justice, and a few others maybe didn't either. So we all need to really dust ourselves off, forget about Tuesday. Saturday's a totally new game and a different scenario, and I think there was a little bit of uncertainty on Tuesday around the gaffer and things like that. Now that everything's come out and it's clear, I think we will go into the game with a lot more clearer minds and a bit more clarity, and we'll be able to sort of, rather than worrying about where the gaffer's going to be and what he's doing, we know what's happening now. We feel we can go out and perform for him, and for us and for the club, for everybody really connected. I'm glad the feeling from amongst the camp and the players is that this has brought us closer together, and I hope come Saturday, I don't need to hope, because I know that the support has been fantastic all season, but I know this will galvanise the club and the supporters, and I'm sure they'll be singing and cheering louder than they have all season for us Saturday, because we feel the next couple of weeks are really important, and if we can, when the manager comes back, if we can be safe and secure in the knowledge that we're going to be a League Two club next season, then I feel we would have done him justice by keeping our status.
Thanks very much, Aaron.
Good on
Aaron, how have you found this sort of new combination role? Because the team kept 4 clean sheets in a row. You must have been thinking, oh, this defensive coaching is quite easy.
I'm absolutely loving it. You know, it's being able to listen. Like, I'm not going to take the credit for the 4 clean sheets. It's not my role. All I'm trying to do is to support the young defenders that we have at the club. Will, Manny, Tins, and Dan O'Shaughnessy, and also a few others, even like Matt Bauer, Jordan Lim, Bart, Cranny. You know, I'm just trying. They're all 23 and under. So they're still learning the game a lot. I feel the experience I've had in the league and in my career, I can imprint on them as positive as possible. So that's kind of my role. I'm not taking any credit for the 4 clean sheets because they did it and they've been fantastic. And I must say that they're fantastic boys to work with. They listen, they want to work, they want to do things. So it really does make it easier for me to coach them. But I'm very grateful that the managers give me the opportunity to work with them. And I only do a little bit of work at the end of training. The manager and Russ and Tim, they do a bit of shape work with them on a Thursday and a Friday, which gets them into shape. I do a little bit of individual work and some shape work with them as well, after or before sometimes. So, or if we split up into groups on a Tuesday, then I'll take all the defenders. So, but I'm really enjoying it. Obviously, I'm still a player. I'm 31. I still feel I could do a job if called upon. But the boys have been so good that I've not been needed, which is good for the club and for the team. And I still still train every day, and I still keep myself in good nick to be ready if called upon. But coaching the boys is fantastic, and having that link, it's starting to add another string to my bow, as they say, without being too cliche. But no, really enjoying it, mate. Yeah, really enjoying it.
Yeah, Matt Bauer, I mean, he's first year pro, but he's still youth team age, isn't he? So have you seen him really coming on this year? Because he was there on Tuesday, he wasn't on the bench, but he was in the squad. And
yeah, Matty's coming on really well. I get along to when the youth team have a game at home on a Saturday, and when we're at home, then I'll come along and watch that at 11 at the training ground. And Matty's been doing really well in the youth team games that he's been playing in. And then also in the reserve fixtures, I've been playing alongside him. I feel he benefits from having an experienced player alongside him to sort of take that responsibility and pressure off of him, and he can just go and play his game. And when he's got that, he thrives. So he's learning every day. He is keen to learn. There's still a lot that he needs to learn, and but we're doing things. He's starting to come out of his shell a little bit, because he was a little bit shy at times, but he speaks now, and he speaks on the pitch, which is the most important thing, and he's a good kid. So there's obviously his physical attributes are there to be seen. He's a big guy, and he's got a great potential, and I'm hoping he'll have a good future in the game.
Yeah, Tin's left-footed as well, and he's another man mountain, isn't he? Do you think Matt can take something from him? Because obviously he's been at some massive clubs, hasn't he, Tin?
Yeah, Tin's, I mean, at Doncaster, I thought he was phenomenal. He was fantastic. He's really been a bit of a surprise package, Tins, because we've kind of had him as sort of only use him if we need to as cover, but he's come in and he's done really well, and he's making it so we can't not play him, which is what you want from what is a 19-year-old defender. He's done really well. So but like I said, listen, all the defenders have done fantastic, and it just it goes to show the recruitment's been really good again. And the boys are starting to flourishing, and I think we need to get back to basics really come Saturday, because after the last 2 games, 5 goals against is not pretty reading. So we'd like to get back to clean sheets that us defenders thrive on in Brownie. So it's they're all doing really well.
Yeah, finish with one about Gary, and you were his first signing, and obviously know Lee well and know the family well. So do you think there'll be a lot of talk about Gary before the game tomorrow? Do it for Gary, everybody.
That is the general sort of consensus around the ground is around the training ground is we especially after the last couple of games as well, we feel we owe a few people a result. And listen, the Gaffer's a massive part of this football club. He's a massive part of our lives as players and as people. And what he's gone through is not great, but we know, he will get through it and he'll be okay, which is important. But we still feel that the do it for Gary. I suppose we can start up a little slogan if you want, George. The do it for Gary kind of message is what we'll be conveying, to each other, and I'm sure Russ will be conveying that to the players. So it's a massively important game for us on Saturday. We know Cambridge are a good side, a hard-working side, a solid, combative side, and it's going to be a tough game. But we feel we've got that extra motivation and that galvanisation that can, that little bit more spirit that the manager. Hopefully, we can put a performance out that the manager will be proud of. So that's important to us. We don't want to let him down or anybody else down. So yeah, very much looking forward to it. And I'm sure the manager will try. I'm sure Karen, his wife, will do her best to keep him away from the radio and however else he listens to it and reads it. But I'm sure, knowing the manager, it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up in the box somewhere with a disguise on, because he can't keep away the Gaffer. But hopefully we can put on a proud performance for him.
Someone's just asked, have you got any tips for Cheltenham today?
Don't bet.
Good tip. Cheers, Nancy.